Every morning, before the sun even crests the desert, you are already bleeding, not from a wound, not from a fight, but from the rope you drag every single day. Your name is Amenhotep. You are not a slave. You are not a prisoner. You are a worker of the crown, and you helped build one of the greatest structures in human history. But before anything else, you need to understand something that might surprise the world watching you. You were not a slave. You've seen how they tell it. The whips, the chains, the miserable masses suffering under a cruel pharaoh. But that is not what this was. Because your father built for Khufu's father, your grandfather built before him, and this is your family's trade. You are fed, you are housed, you have doctors, actual physicians who treat your injuries with more care than most people in Egypt ever receive. And one day archaeologists will find the village where you lived. Thousands of years after your death, they will find it. With bread ovens, fish bones, and beer jars proving you ate better than the average Egyptian farmer. Though that comfort only stretches so far, because there is a difference between fed and okay, and you are not always okay. Your day starts before dawn, every day, 365 days a year, except the festivals, which feel like a fever dream compared to the rest of your life. You are part of a gang. That's what you call yourselves. An organized work crew named the Friends of Khufu, a name you wear on your skin like armor. 200 men divided into smaller units called files, and your job is hauling stone that weighs 2.5 tons on average, with some blocks reaching 15, and you drag them on wooden sledges while someone pours water ahead to reduce friction. And every morning you pray to Ptah, the god of craftsmen, that the water bearer won't be late, though he is late more than you'd like to remember. But here is the thing that keeps you going. You believe in what you are building, not just as a tomb, not just as a monument, but as a door for your pharaoh to pass through into eternity. And if the pharaoh reaches eternity, so does Egypt, so do you, so do your children. And that belief is the only reason your back never fully breaks. Your body tells the whole story. You broke 2 fingers on your left hand in the 3rd year when a rope snapped and a stone caught your hand against the sledge, and the physician Nebuenenef wrapped it in linen splints and told you you'd return to hauling in 6 weeks, though it took 8. Your bones carry healed fractures in your ankles, your spine, your shoulders, and alongside those healed breaks lives severe arthritis, worn joints, a body aged faster than anything else in Egypt could manage, so that at 34 years old, you feel 60. The food is good. Bread, thick sweet beer closer to a liquid meal than a drink, fish from the Nile, beef, goat, onions, garlic, lentils, and the state rations your portions by roll, so you as a hauler eat more than a finishing worker, a system backed by bakeries, breweries, and cattle pens built solely to feed you. And thousands of animal bones near your village will one day tell researchers exactly how those animals were cooked. You are fed like a soldier, because in many ways that is what you are. Though the part you will miss most is not the food. It is the evenings when the sun drops and the stone goes quiet, and your gang gathers near the cook fires, drinks beer, and someone always starts a story about the pharaoh, or the gods, or the worker 2 gangs over, who swears he saw a jackal speaking in human words near the tomb entrance, and you laugh and argue and sing, because those fires are the truest thing you have ever known, and you understand now that when you spend enough time building something larger than yourself, the people beside you become sacred. Look at what you are building, the Great Pyramid of Khufu, 2.3 million stone blocks, 481 feet tall, the tallest structure on Earth for nearly 4,000 years, its base level to within centimeters across an area the size of 10 football fields, all pulled into place with rope and copper tools and wooden sledges, and the sheer stubborn force of your will. No aliens, no lost technology, just organization, knowledge passed from your father to you, and from you to your son, and something more powerful than any machine, which is purpose. And purpose, you know by now, can move mountains. You lose workers along the way, to accidents, exhaustion, heat. But they are not thrown away. They are buried near the pyramid with care, with ceremony, with beer jars and bread loaves to carry them forward. And your friend Ka, who fell from a ramp in the 14th year, goes into the earth with his copper chisel and his wooden mallet, because the afterlife will need builders too. And before your story ends, you do one last thing. You find a hidden chamber above the king's chamber, a space no one is meant to see, and you scratch your name into the stone, not as defacement, but as proof. Friends of Khufu, your gang, your name, your mark. And those words will stay there for 4,000 years, until explorers finally push into that darkness and find you. You are Amenhotep. You carried stone that weighed more than 10 of you. You broke and healed and broke again. You dragged the future into place, one agonizing inch at a time. And when you die, worn, arthritic, 38 years old and feeling ancient, you are buried a stone's throw from the greatest thing humanity has ever built, not as a slave, not as a footnote, but as a builder, a believer, a man with rope-burnt hands and a name carved into the dark, who poured his entire life into making something eternal. And it worked.